Daniel sat alone in his small, dimly lit apartment, staring at his phone. The screen showed a message from his best friend Sam, who had moved to another city a few months ago. "Hey, hope you're doing well. Let's catch up soon." But Daniel felt a heavy weight in his chest. He missed Sam more than he could express. Before Sam left, they did everything together. They would play video games, go hiking, and share late-night talks about their dreams. Since Sam moved away, Daniel felt distant and lonely. He tried to fill the emptiness with distractions, watching movies, scrolling through social media, and even picking up new hobbies. But nothing felt right without Sam by his side. As days turned into weeks, Daniel's sadness grew. He could see photos of Sam's new life, new friends, new adventures, and it hurt. Why can't I just reach out? He thought. He wanted to reconnect, but didn't know how. Every time he thought about texting Sam, doubts flooded his mind. What if Sam was too busy? What if he had already forgotten about their friendship? One evening, feeling particularly low, Daniel decided to take a walk to clear his mind. He stepped outside, letting the cool breeze wash over him. As he walked through the quiet streets, he noticed the beauty around him, the stars twinkling in the night sky, the soft rustle of leaves in the trees. But even the beauty felt muted. He sighed, wishing he could share this moment with Sam. Suddenly, he came across a small shop he had never noticed before. The sign above the door read "Intergalactic Companions." Daniel paused, curiosity piquing his interest. He stepped inside, glancing around at the unusual displays. The shop was filled with strange artifacts from other worlds, shiny crystals, colorful fabrics, and holographic images of alien creatures. "Welcome," a cheerful voice called out. Daniel turned to see a woman standing behind the counter. She had bright blue hair and a warm smile that somehow reminded him of Sam. "Are you looking for a companion?" Daniel hesitated. "I don't know. I just feel lonely." The woman nodded, understanding in her eyes. "That's why many people come here. Sometimes a companion can help fill that emptiness. They can listen, understand, and offer a new perspective." Intrigued, Daniel wandered further into the shop. He noticed a small display featuring a holographic image of a creature with large, expressive eyes and a gentle smile. "What about her?" he asked, pointing to the image. "That's Zira, an Ilari," the woman explained. "She's known for her kindness and artistic spirit. Many people find her presence uplifting." Daniel felt a flicker of hope. Maybe having an alien companion could help him reconnect with his feelings and find joy again. After a brief discussion about the process, he made a decision. "I'll buy her." A few days later, Daniel stood nervously at his apartment door, waiting for Zira to arrive. When the doorbell rang, he took a deep breath and opened the door. There she was, Zira, with her bright emerald skin and wide, curious eyes. She smiled at him, and in that moment, Daniel felt a warmth in his heart. "Hello, Daniel," Zira said, her voice soft and melodic. "I'm here to be your companion. Thank you for choosing me." Daniel smiled back, feeling a sense of comfort wash over him. "Welcome, Zira. I'm glad you're here." The first few days were a whirlwind of discovery. Zira was fascinated by everything. She explored the apartment, touched the walls, and then asked countless questions about Earth. Daniel found himself laughing more than he had in months. Her joy was infectious, and every time she smiled, it felt like a light flickering back to life inside him. One evening, as they sat on the couch, Zira turned to Daniel. "Why do you seem sad sometimes?" Daniel hesitated, unsure of how to explain. "I miss my friend who moved away. We used to do everything together, and now I feel distant from him." Zira nodded, her expression thoughtful. "Distance doesn't mean the connection is lost. Have you tried reaching out? I want to, but I'm scared, he admitted. What if he doesn't want to talk to me anymore? Zira smiled gently, her eyes sparkling with understanding. You should try. Even if it feels hard, reaching out can be the first step. Friends are important. Taking her advice to heart, Daniel decided to send Sam a message. With Zira by his side, he felt a surge of courage. He typed out a quick note. Hey Sam, I miss you. How about a video call this weekend? After hitting send, he felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. What if Sam didn't respond? What if he was too busy? But Zira's smile reassured him. You did well. Now you wait. The next few days passed slowly. Daniel and Zira spent time exploring the city, visiting parks, and discovering new places to eat. Zira's enthusiasm for life helped Daniel see the world differently. Her laughter echoed in his ears, and he found himself smiling more. Finally, on Friday evening, his phone buzzed. It was a message from Sam. Hey, I'd love to catch up. How about tomorrow at 3 p.m.? Daniel's heart raced with joy. Yes, I can't wait, he replied, feeling a wave of relief wash over him. He turned to Zira, who was watching him with a proud smile. He wants to talk. That's wonderful, Zira exclaimed. You took the first step, and it paid off. The next day, when the time came for the call, Daniel felt nervous but excited. He set up his laptop and waited for Sam to join. When Sam's face appeared on the screen, Daniel's heart soared. Hey man, it's so good to see you. Good to see you too. Sam replied, a broad grin spreading across his face. They talked about everything, their lives, new experiences, and all the little things they missed about each other. Daniel felt the distance melt away, replaced by the warmth of their friendship. As the call ended, Daniel felt lighter, as if a weight had been lifted. He turned to Zira, who was watching him with her bright smile. Thank you for encouraging me, he said, feeling grateful. You really helped me reconnect with Sam. Zira beamed. I'm glad. Remember, connection takes effort, but it's worth it. In that moment, Daniel realized how much Zira had changed his life in such a short time. Her kindness and support had given him the courage to reach out and bridge the gap he felt. He knew that with Zira by his side, he could face anything that came his way. As they sat together, Daniel couldn't help but smile. He had bought an alien companion, and she had smiled like no one ever had before, bringing light back into his life and reminding him of the importance of connection. And in the end, Daniel understood that even in a vast universe, friends could always find their way back to each other. After reconnecting with Sam, Daniel felt a renewed sense of hope. The video call had been a breath of fresh air, and for the first time in months, he felt like he could breathe again. Yet, as the days passed, he realized that old habits of loneliness were still lurking. Even though he had reached out to Sam, he still felt a nagging emptiness when he was alone. Zira, his alien companion, noticed the change in Daniel's mood. She had a way of sensing emotions, her large, expressive eyes always seeming to understand. One evening, as they sat together, on the couch, Zira turned to him. Daniel, you seem different today. What's on your mind? Daniel sighed deeply, running a hand through his hair. I'm happy to have talked to Sam, but I still feel distant sometimes. I want to keep that connection strong, but I don't know how. Zira tilted her head, her bright hair catching the light. Connections take work. You can't just wait for them to happen. You must nurture them, like a plant. Daniel chuckled softly. You sound like a wise teacher. But how do I nurture a friendship when we're so far apart? Try doing things together, even from a distance, Zira suggested, her smile encouraging. You can play games online, watch movies together, or even send each other little gifts. Show him that you care. Daniel felt a spark of inspiration. That's a great idea. We used to play video games all the time. Maybe we can set up a gaming night. Exactly. Zira clapped her hands together excitedly. And you can plan a surprise for him. Something that reminds him of your friendship. The next day, Daniel began to brainstorm. He logged into his gaming account and sent Sam a message. Hey, how about we set up a gaming night this weekend? We can play our favorite game and catch. Up more. Within minutes, Sam replied. Sounds awesome. I've missed our game nights. Let's do it. Feeling a wave of excitement, Daniel started to prepare. He remembered how much they loved playing Star Quest, a game about exploration and adventure in space. They had spent countless nights battling monsters and solving puzzles together. To make it special, Daniel decided to surprise Sam with a custom gift. He searched online for some merchandise related to their favorite game and found a cool collectible item, a model spaceship from Star Quest. It reminded him of the time they had spent playing and laughing together. He ordered it, feeling a sense of joy at the thought of seeing Sam's reaction. As the weekend approached, Daniel and Zira spent time preparing for the gaming night. Zira was excited and helped him set up his gaming area, decorating it with colorful lights and snacks. Her enthusiasm was contagious, and Daniel couldn't help but feel grateful for her presence. Finally, the day arrived. Daniel waited anxiously for Sam to log on. He felt a mix of excitement and nerves, hoping everything would go smoothly. When Sam's avatar appeared on the screen, Daniel's heart raced. Hey man, ready to play? Sam's voice came through the headset, and Daniel felt his worries melt away. Absolutely. I've missed this. Daniel replied, grinning. They dove into the game, battling through alien worlds and completing Q. After an amazing gaming night with Sam, Daniel felt a brighter light in his life. Their conversation had filled him with warmth, and he was grateful for Zira's encouragement. However, even with the success of their gaming session, Daniel still felt a lingering sadness when he was alone. He wanted to keep the connection alive, but was unsure how to maintain it over time. One afternoon, while sitting on the couch scrolling through his phone, Daniel noticed an article about long-distance friendships. It caught his attention, and he began to read. The article shared tips for staying connected, like sending letters, scheduling regular video calls, and sharing experiences even from afar. Inspired, Daniel decided he needed to take action. Zira, he called out excitedly. She appeared from the kitchen, where she had been experimenting with a new recipe. I just read some great ideas on how to stay connected with Sam. I think I can do more to keep our friendship strong. Zira's eyes sparkled with interest. That's wonderful, Daniel. What do you plan to do? I want to send him a letter, Daniel replied, and I thought it might be fun to share some of my experiences here with him. Maybe I can send him pictures of our city and tell him about the cool things I've been doing. Zira clapped, her hands in delight. That sounds like a great idea. A letter is personal, and it shows that you care. Let's make it special. Feeling energized, Daniel grabbed some colorful stationery and sat at the kitchen table. He remembered how much he loved receiving letters when he and Sam were younger. There was something magical about seeing a handwritten note. It felt more personal than a text message. As he wrote, Daniel poured his heart into the letter. He told Sam about his life since he moved away, the places he had visited, and the things he had done with Zira. He described their adventures, the new foods they tried, and how Zira had brought joy back into his life. I miss you, buddy, he wrote. I hope we can make new memories together, even if we're far apart. I want to share everything with you, just like we used to. Once he finished writing, Daniel felt a surge of hope. He carefully folded the letter and placed it in an envelope, then added a few pictures of him and Zira exploring the city. He Knew Sam would love the pictures, especially the one where Zira was trying ice cream for the first time. Her face was filled with pure delight. "Now, let's get this in the mail," Daniel said, feeling more excited than he had in weeks. Zira cheered him on, her smile brightening the room out at the post office. Daniel felt a wave of anticipation. He dropped the letter into the mailbox, watching it disappear inside. "I can't wait for Sam to get this," he exclaimed, turning to Zira. "This is going to make his day." A few days later, Daniel received a message from Sam. "Just got your letter. It made me smile. Let's do a video call this weekend and catch up on everything." "I can't wait to hear more about Zira." Daniel's heart soared. "Yes, I can't wait either," he replied, his fingers dancing over the keyboard dot. As the weekend approached, Daniel and Zira prepared for the call. Zira suggested they make snacks to enjoy during the video chat. "Let's make something special to share with Sam," she said, her eyes gleaming with excitement. They decided to bake cookies together. Zira had never baked before, and Daniel was thrilled to teach her. They gathered ingredients: flour, sugar, chocolate chips, and got to work. Zira's enthusiasm filled the kitchen with joy. She mixed the ingredients with care, her bright smile never fading. "Cooking is like creating art," Zira said, her eyes sparkling as she shaped the cookie dough. "Each cookie is a piece of our friendship," Daniel laughed. "Exactly, and they're going to taste amazing." After the cookies were baking, Daniel set up his laptop for the video call. He felt nervous but excited. As the time approached, he couldn't help but think about how much he missed Sam. When the video call started, Daniel's face lit up as Sam's image appeared on the screen. "Hey man, great to see you," Sam said, his smile wide. "You too." "I'm so glad we're doing this," Daniel replied, feeling the familiar warmth of friendship wash over him. They spent the next hour chatting and laughing, sharing stories about their lives. Daniel showed Sam the cookies they had made, and Sam's eyes widened. "Wow, those look amazing. You're getting good at cooking, Daniel." "Thanks. Zira helped me," he said, turning the camera to show Zira, who waved enthusiastically. "This is my alien companion. She's been a great friend." "Hi, Zira. I can't believe how cool you are," Sam exclaimed, and Zira beamed with joy. As they continued their conversation, Daniel felt a sense of relief. He realized that their friendship was still strong, despite the distance. They could share experiences and support each other, no matter where they were. "Daniel, I was thinking," Sam said, his tone turning serious. "I miss our adventures together. When are you coming to visit? I want to show you around my new city." Daniel's heart raced with excitement. "I'd love to. I can't wait to see you and explore. Let's plan it." They started discussing potential dates for Daniel's visit, and Daniel felt his heart swell with hope. The idea of reconnecting in person filled him with joy. Their friendship was alive and thriving, and he knew they could create even more memories together. After the call ended, Daniel turned to Zira, who was sitting beside him with a satisfied smile. "That was amazing. Thank you for encouraging me to reach out and for helping me with everything. I couldn't have done it without you." Zira smiled back, her eyes shining with pride. "You did all the hard work, Daniel. You took the steps to keep your friendship alive. That's what matters most." Daniel felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. Zira had not only helped him reconnect with Sam, but she had also shown him the importance of nurturing relationships. He realized that even in a vast universe, friendship could bridge any distance. As they sat together, Daniel knew that he had found something special. He had bought an alien companion, and her smile had brought hope back into his life. With Zira by his side, he felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that he had the power to keep his friendship strong, no matter the distance. In that moment, Daniel understood that his friendship with Sam was a treasure worth nurturing. And with Zira's support and his newfound hope, he was determined to keep that connection alive for years to come. Asterisk, after an exciting video call with Sam, Daniel felt his heart lifted. He had finally managed to reconnect with his best friend, and it filled him with joy. Yet, as days passed, he couldn't shake the feeling that he needed to do more to keep their friendship strong. The distance still weighed on his mind, reminding him of how much he missed having Sam around. One evening, Daniel sat on the couch with Zira, reflecting on their recent conversations. "I feel like we've made great progress, but I want to ensure Sam knows how much he means to me," he said, staring at the ceiling. "I want him to feel just as connected to me as I do to him." Zira nodded, her bright eyes sparkling with encouragement. "You can do it, Daniel. You've already taken fantastic steps by reaching out and sharing experiences. What else can you do to show him you care?" Daniel thought for a moment. "What if I plan a surprise visit? I could show up at his doorstep with that spaceship model I sent him. It would be a fun way to reconnect and spend time together." Zira's face lit up. "That sounds like a wonderful idea. But how will you get there?" Daniel frowned, realizing the challenge ahead. "I'll need to book a flight and figure out the logistics. But I want it to be a surprise. I don't want him to know I'm coming. Let's make a plan." Zira exclaimed, her excitement contagious. "We can work together to make this happen." Determined, Daniel started researching flights and accommodations. He found the reasonable flight to Sam's city that would arrive in the early evening. "This will be perfect," he said, scribbling notes. "I'll have time to settle in and plan a fun evening for us." As the day of the trip approached, Daniel's excitement grew. He packed his bags carefully, making sure to include the spaceship model he had ordered for Sam. It felt like a piece of their friendship that he was bringing along with him. Zira helped him organize everything, her cheerful spirit making the process enjoyable. "Remember," Zira said, "this is more than just a visit. It's about showing Sam how much he means to you, and that distance doesn't change your friendship." "I know," Daniel replied, feeling a mix of nerves and anticipation. "I just hope he'll be as excited to see me as I am to see him." They finally arrived, and Daniel felt a whirlwind of emotions as he boarded the plane. He thought about all the moments he had shared with Sam and how much he missed those times. As the plane took off, he gazed out the window, watching the landscape change beneath him. When he landed, he took a deep breath, letting the excitement wash over him. He grabbed his luggage and quickly made his way to Sam's neighborhood. He had memorized the route to Sam's apartment, feeling a rush of nostalgia as he walked down familiar streets. Finally, he stood in front of the apartment building, heart racing. Should he knock on the door or wait until Sam came home? He decided to take a chance. With a grin, he thought, surprises are supposed to be fun. Daniel took the stairs 2 at a time and reached Sam's door. He knocked lightly, his heart pounding in his chest. After a few moments, he heard footsteps approaching. The door swung open, and there stood Sam, eyes wide with surprise. "Daniel, what are you doing here?" Sam exclaimed. After an unforgettable visit with Sam, Daniel returned to his apartment, feeling lighter and happier than he had in months. Their time together had reminded him of how strong their friendship was, despite the miles that separated them. Yet, once he settled back into his routine, Daniel felt a familiar sense of loneliness creeping in again. The vibrant memories of the past few days made the quiet of his apartment feel even more profound. One evening, while sitting on the couch with Zira, Daniel stared at the wall, his mind racing. "I thought seeing Sam would solve everything," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "But now that I'm back, I feel distant again. I want to keep that connection alive, but I don't know how." Zira, who had been listening attentively, leaned closer. "You took an important step by visiting him, Daniel. It shows that you care, but maintaining a friendship takes ongoing effort." "What can you do next?" Daniel sighed. "I want to find a way to stay connected, but I feel like I'm running out of ideas. I don't want to be a bother." Zira smiled gently, her bright eyes filled with encouragement. "Why not create something special together? You could start a project that both you and Sam can work on, even from a distance. It could be a fun way to keep your friendship strong." Daniel's interest piqued. "What kind of project? How about a shared journal or a blog?" Zira suggested. "You can both write about your lives, share experiences, and even add photos. It will be like a digital scrapbook of your friendship." "That's a great idea," Daniel exclaimed, feeling excitement bubbling inside him. "We can each contribute our stories and thoughts, and it will give us something to look forward to." With Zira's help, Daniel quickly set up a blog. He chose a name that reflected their friendship, Adventures Across the Miles. They designed the layout together, filled with bright colors and playful graphics. Daniel felt energized as he typed out their first post, describing the surprise visit and all the fun they had. Once the blog was ready, Daniel sent Sam a message. "Hey, I have an idea. Let's start a blog together to share our experiences. We can write about our lives, adventures, and whatever else we want. What do you think?" Sam replied almost instantly. "That sounds awesome. I'd love to do that. Let's make it a fun project." With that, Daniel felt a renewed sense of purpose. He and Sam began posting regularly, sharing stories about their daily lives, hobbies, and dreams. Sam wrote about his new job and the exciting things happening in his city, while Daniel shared his adventures with Zira, from trying new foods to exploring local parks. As the weeks went by, the blog became a vibrant collection of their lives. They exchanged comments on each other's posts, cheering each other on and sharing laughter. Daniel found joy in writing, and it helped him feel connected to Sam even when they were apart. One day, Zira entered the room with a bright smile. "Daniel, you've received a comment on your blog from one of Sam's friends." "Really?" Daniel said, intrigued. He clicked on the notification and read the comment. "This is great. Sam's friend is excited about our project. Maybe we can even include guest posts from other friends." Zira clapped her hands in delight. "That's a fantastic idea. Expanding your circle will bring new energy to the blog. It could become a place for everyone to share their stories." Encouraged by Zira's enthusiasm, Daniel reached out to Sam. "What do you think about inviting a few of your friends to join our blog? They could share their experiences too." "Absolutely. Let's make it a community project," Sam replied, thrilled with the idea. Soon they had several guest posts, and the blog blossomed into a lively hub of creativity. People started sharing not just their stories, but also photos and artwork. Daniel felt a sense of pride in what they had created together, and the blog became a source of joy and connection for everyone involved. As the project grew, Daniel realized he had not only reconnected with Sam, but had also made new friends across the miles. This sense of community filled the void he had felt before. He no longer felt distant or alone. Instead, he felt like part of something special. One evening, as Daniel sat with Zira, he reflected on how far he had come. "I didn't think I could feel this connected again. It's amazing how a simple idea turned into something so meaningful." Zira smiled warmly. "You took the initiative to reach out and create something positive. That's what friendship is all about, making an effort and nurturing those connections." Daniel nodded, feeling grateful for Zira's support. "I couldn't have done this without you. You helped me find my way back to Sam, and now we're building something incredible together." Just then, Daniel received a message from Sam. "Hey, I was thinking we should do a video call this weekend to celebrate our blog's success. Let's chat and share some ideas. Daniel's heart swelled with happiness. That sounds perfect. I can't wait to catch up and brainstorm more projects. As the weekend approached, Daniel felt excited about the call. He and Zira prepared together, setting up the camera and creating a cozy atmosphere. When the call started, Sam's face filled the screen, and they both grinned widely. "Hey, buddy, you look great," Sam exclaimed. "Thanks, so do you," Daniel replied, feeling the warmth of their friendship wash over him. They spent the next hour discussing the blog, sharing ideas for future posts, and laughing about their adventures. As they talked, Daniel felt a sense of belonging that he had missed for so long. This friendship, once strained by distance, was now thriving. "Thanks for being such an awesome friend, Daniel," Sam said sincerely. "I really appreciate everything you've done to keep us connected." "I feel the same way," Daniel replied, warmth flooding his chest. "This blog has become something special for both of us. I'm so glad we're in this together." As they wrapped up the call, Daniel realized that he had overcome the distance that had once felt so isolating. Through creativity, effort, and friendship, he had found a way to nurture his connection with Sam. When the call ended, Zira looked at Daniel with pride. "You did it. You turned your feelings of distance into something beautiful." Daniel smiled back, feeling a sense of hope and fulfillment. He had bought an alien companion, and her smile had inspired him to reconnect with the people he cared about. Together, they had created something meaningful that would continue to grow and thrive. As he sat back, reflecting on their journey, Daniel knew that friendship could overcome any distance. With Zira beside him, he felt ready to embrace new adventures and cherish every moment, knowing that he would never feel alone again. After the exciting success of their blog, Daniel felt a new sense of hope and purpose. He had managed to rekindle his friendship with Sam, and their online project had grown beyond what he ever imagined. Yet, even amidst this newfound joy, he couldn't shake the feeling that he wanted to do something more meaningful to celebrate their friendship. One afternoon, as he sat in his apartment with Zira, he shared his thoughts. "I love how the blog has brought us together, but I want to do something special for Sam, something that shows him how much he means to me." Zira's eyes sparkled with excitement. "What do you have in mind? A surprise, maybe?" "Yes. But what kind of surprise?" Daniel pondered. "I want it to be something memorable, something that reminds him of our friendship." Zira thought for a moment. "What if you create a care package? You could fill it with things that represent your friendship and your shared experiences. It would be a tangible reminder of your bond." "That's a fantastic idea," Daniel exclaimed. "I could include some of our favorite snacks, maybe a few personal items, and a letter telling him how much he means to me." Zira clapped her hands. "Let's get started. We can make it really special." Feeling energized, Daniel began to gather items for the care package. He went to the local store and picked up some of Sam's favorite snacks: gummy bears, spicy, chips, and chocolate bars. He also included a small notebook where they could write notes to each other, just like they used to do in school. Back home, Zira helped him arrange everything in a colorful box. As they worked together, Daniel felt a sense of joy. "This is going to be great. I can't wait to see Sam's reaction when he gets it." Once the package was ready, Daniel carefully wrote a letter, pouring his heart into every word. He expressed how much he missed Sam and how grateful he was for their friendship. He wrote about their shared memories and how the blog had helped them connect again, even from afar. As he sealed the package, Daniel felt excited yet nervous. "I hope he loves it," he said, looking at Zira. "I really want him to feel appreciated." Zira smiled reassuringly. "I'm sure he will. It's the thought that counts, and you've put so much love into this. It will show him how much you care." The next day, Daniel rushed to the post office, eager to send the package. He felt a mix of anticipation and nervousness as he handed it over to the clerk. "I hope it gets there quickly," he said, watching the package disappear behind the counter. Back at home, Daniel couldn't stop thinking about the care package. He imagined Sam opening it, his face lighting up with surprise and joy. "I can't wait to hear what he thinks," he said to Zira, who was busy sketching a new idea for their blog. Days passed, and Daniel kept checking his phone for messages from Sam. He felt a little anxious, hoping that the package would arrive soon. Finally, on a rainy afternoon, he received a message from Sam. "Daniel, I just got your care package." "Thank you, so,"